Welcome to the Release Your Blocks podcast. I am your host, Victoria Bond. I am a spiritual empowerment coach. I help teach others to show up to their potency so they can fulfill their mission here on earth. I am so glad you are here. And if you are interested in becoming a medium, if you're interested in becoming a life coach, or if you're interested in shifting your life from the 3D to live more in the 5D reality, then check me out, book a clarity call, and let's get chatting.
Let's talk about ego, but we're going to go a little bit deeper because you guys are in this deep. You're committed to doing this. I have talked to you all personally about where you're going, what you want to do, and you may not know where you want to go, but you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, there's a few things we need to talk about, and I have brought my magic wand to help you here, okay? Now, that may sound a little bit silly, but I want to talk to you about fear of failure and worthiness. Now, one of you reached out to me today, and I found this extremely fascinating. Now, what this client of mine said was, I just don't know if it's ego or if it is confidence. And I'm telling you now, the reason why ego is a good thing is because it keeps us safe. And let's start there, okay? So, how do you see me? Do you see me as confident? Do you see me as gifted? Do you see me as knowing something that you can learn from? Now, what if I turned around all of that in a moment, in like one nap? Expand. I've got so much to say. Drop my barriers. What if I turned that around on you and said, did you know I can see the giftedness you are? I can see your heart. I can see your energy, and you are so phenomenal. You're potent, you're powerful, and you're perfect. How does it make you feel when I tell you who's watching right this second, that you are those three things? And the funny thing is, do you really think I look at myself and go, oh my God, I've got knowledge, I'm gifted, I'm confident, and I have got all this information. You know, I know that's something true about me. But I don't feel that way all the time. I still get these feelings of not being significant enough, like I'm insufficient. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Because I'm dyslexic and I say the wrong words, sometimes that triggers me and I think, oh no, I know people get triggered in my workshops when I'm using the wrong words. What if I come across too loud or too bubbly or too egotistic? These things come up for me as well, and I've had to push through them. Now, the interesting thing is the particular person who reached out for me, just like all of you, every single one of you, is super duper duper gifted, you know, and I feel the same about myself sometimes. If I do a reading and I think, oh, I don't know. I just don't know if I hit the mark. Hopefully it was good enough. I know that's ego because I want so much to be more and better than I am, right? I want to help. My ego gets the better of me because I want to help you so much that I want to cry. I want to burst out. I know this sounds very dramatic, but you know, my heart wants to explode because I love you so much and I want to contribute to you so much. I know that that is ego because if you don't choose it, if my heart was broken, that's ego hardcore. And the reason why that's ego is because I will always do my 50 and you've got to do your 50. So the shit I'm going to share with you as a coach is going to be hard. If I tell you to go write in your diary, it's going to be hard. If I tell you to punch a pillow, it's going to be hard. If I tell you to feel and step into your shadow side, that's going to be hard. Because I know with my coach, I'm always like, do I have to? Anyway, this is about fear of failure. What happens if you show up like this And what if out of the 15 of you, or however many there is, 3 of you say, that is bullshit, Victoria. That is, oh my God, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. You know, I have to take that chance and I have to step into my worthiness. And I have to step through that fear of failure, because I know if I'm going to be my potent self, if I'm going to be my powerful self and my perfect self, there is no such thing. This is an illusion, and this is the ego. The good part of this is the ego keeps you safe, because if you're turning up on national TV and you're going to tell all these different people about all this and all these amazing things that you do, you might get shut down pretty damn quick. So we, of course, have this radar. It's like an emotional radar in our body to say, okay, it's feeling a bit strange right now. What is going on? My gut's feeling a little bit funny. Every single one of you have stepped up in this program. All of you are stepping up. That makes me want to cry, because you're stepping into the chaos. You're stepping into an uncomfortable ground. You are starting to think, am I worthy? And then you're starting to have a little bit of fear that creeps in. What is that fear? Fear of failure. Because what if someone judges you? You know your potency and whatever your superpower is. And the particular person I'm talking about, which I'm not going to name any names because all of your stuff is confidential, is so potent, I would technically pay her. Whoops, I just said her, but we know it's not Philip. So sorry. I would pay hundreds of dollars to, have a session with this person. And actually it goes for all of you. If any of you wanted to do a session with me, I would be willing to pay hundreds of dollars because of your unique potency. And, they always say whatever comes so easy to you is a thing to do. So I just wanted to talk about that for a second. The fear of failure. So truth. Do you have a fear of failure? Or truth? Is it your ego keeping you safe? Or truth? Do you not feel worthy? Do you not feel worthy of love, of happiness, of joy, of abundance, of money? We still have got a lot to go through about money. But if it is not the ego keeping you safe and playing tricks on you, so to speak, because we have to have a healthy amount of ego. So then we have this radar of, that's how you read people, like you have to have this ego to hold you back from and keep you safe. If you haven't watched about the emotions yet, I highly recommend you jump in and watch about the emotions. I think that's in this week. Now, hang on, I just want to see. Tina, you're hilarious. Okay. Anyhow, guys, this isn't just about you, Tina. I've had this from a lot of other people. Okay, just saying. But since Tina just put her hand up and is willing to work through this, I would just like to say, Tina is the best medium that I've come across, and I've had lots of readings. She gave me a 6-minute reading today. It might have even been 4 minutes. And she was so exact on that she blows my mind. The funny thing is, she doesn't see that, but I can almost guarantee you that any of you mediums, or actually every single one of you as well, could do the same thing, right? And be extremely accurate. So anyway, I'm going to carry on here. So worthiness, what is it? So Tina said both ego and worthiness. Okay, cool. So where do you think your worthiness came from? What were your parents like? I had a mum, I'm just sharing these experiences with you, so hopefully they resonate with you, but I had a mum who said, I'm so dumb, I'm thick, I'm so stupid. I grew up, I adored my mum, thought she was beautiful and amazing. Always thought, why do you say that, mum? You're so clever. You're so much more clever than I am. So of course I grew up and I wasn't worthy enough to think that I was potent, powerful and perfect. I was dumb. Well, A, I'm dyslexic. B, I failed school. And C, I'm from an average family. We didn't have money. Like, we had to wait for shoes. Sometimes we didn't have meat. Like, we literally hey Shanae, we literally were on the bones of our ass. We had a whole lot of kids. We lived by the beach, so that was amazing. But we had to wait for anything. That's rich. It depends on what your perspective is. We're rich if you're comparing us to other families, but in our reality, we had what we needed, but we certainly weren't spoiled by any means, you know. So when I heard my mum saying this stuff to me, I'm growing up mimicking my mum, obviously, because that's what we do. And then I grew up saying, I'm dumb. And it's only just recently I realized I'm not. I'm freaking potent. I'm freaking amazing. I'm powerful. And, you know, every day I have to keep pinching myself going, do you actually like yourself? At 15 years old, I would cry every single night and hate myself. You know, not anorexic, I was bulimic, and I've never ever admitted that to anybody. I hated myself. But if you keep that going and you don't know your worthiness, you become an adult that becomes your personality. This is bullshit. This is not real. This is an illusion. And you're all at the level now where you know that. So if you've been feeling emptiness or sadness or anger, if you've been feeling lost of like, I actually don't know who I am right now, that is okay. And that is what you signed up for, right? So you have got all the tools, and more and more and more and more are coming. You all cleared a lot of entities because you were ready. You've cleared demons and entities and energies and negative emotions. This stuff has gone from your body, and now you're like, whoa, what am I feeling? I just saw that Jess popped up. So Jess, I just wanted to tell you, if you're feeling, and this goes for all of you, if you're feeling tired or exhausted, Jess is pregnant. But put your hands up, stand there like in a, you know, with your arms up and your legs down, like you're just about to do star jumps. Do 10 star jumps, by all means. That will probably give you some energy because you'll get the blood going through you. So your emotion determines what your motion is. So definitely get pumped, move it. I wasn't going to say that, but do that. Okay, so what you want to do, Jess, is you want to really start activating this thymus. Dyslexia. What is so right about me? I'm so grateful for you. So start. Boom, 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 boom. You need to tap into this thymus. This thymus is the thing that gets you moving. This thymus is the thing that really works through those viruses and stuff. And what you're going to do, guys, is you are going to get the energies flowing. You want to basically imagine yourself connecting from the earth and energy coming up, all up your legs. Say your left leg, and it goes up through your left leg, through your heart center, up your right hand, and out the through. So like it's like straight up. Do it the other way as well. Someone's laughing at me. And I also want you to do it with your legs going all the way up through the core of your body, all through your chakras, your meridians, to the universe, and the other way as well. Down from the universe, all the way down to your feet. Also down from the tops of your hands. So basically it's going down, down, up, 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 and down. So you know that, I know Philip will be able to tell me now, what's that picture of that man with all of those little lines? It's that thing. I'll get some more information on the thymus, because I think you guys, as you're shifting, I actually believe that you should be doing this because your frequency is changing. So your body is changing as well as your being. You need to catch up. So Jess, that's an awareness I just had right there. If you're feeling tired, if it's not your pregnancy or the heat, like I said, I always go to the practical stuff straight away. It possibly is you trying your body catching up with your being. Does that make sense? Are you worthy, or are you happy just kind of not showing up? There's no right or wrong. It's okay. But from the people that I've talked to recently, your worthiness, your conditioning, this past shit that you've picked up is not serving you. This is called releasing your blocks. So will you now please destroy and uncreate all of those points of view that you are not worthy of money, joy, you're not worthy of abundance, love, and anything that does not allow you to do that, will you please destroy and uncreate that now? Good and bad, wrong and right, all nine shorts, pot and pot, boys and beyonds. Are you now ready to cut all those cord ties of all of the stuff that you've taken off mum and dad or your caregivers, of your teachers, of your friends, of your partners? Are you now willing to cut all ties of the mimicking that you've done that is no longer serving you? And anything that doesn't allow you to cut those ties, will you please destroy and uncreate that now? Good and bad, wrong and right, all nine shorts, pot and pot, boys and beyonds. Stop playing small. It's time to upgrade the people in your lives. It's time to upgrade the frequency that you're at. Your body is telling you stuff. Who's been having weird body stuff apart from Jess being tired? Because, and you know what, Jess, I suppose even if you are pregnant, do the thymus stuff, up your frequency, and it might help. Meditation is massive when it comes to this. Shanae, yes. Jess, yes. Rachel, yes. Tina, yes. Oh, fuck, I love you too, Rachel. Actually. Guys, thymus, I'm going to get you some information on that, okay? I think I've got a video from one of our bars classes that one of my friends who's a hypnotherapist did. So I'll see if I can find that for you. Okay, so fear of failure. Are you afraid? What is the fucking worst thing that can happen, guys? This is one of my triggers. My coach went through it with me recently. And I said, I don't want to fail. And she's like, who cares? Just go, do it. So now I'm going to do a little magic spell on you. And I've got my two little beautiful ones. This is my real wand. I am a witch. I'm also human. I'm also starseed. I'm whatever the hell I want. So I tell little kids that I'm a white witch. My mum would probably hate that. But my best friend made this for me. It's made out of crystals and it's all from Whangamata. She sourced all the stuff. It's very potent. But for this one, I'm going to use this one. Okay? Now, if you can't see the worthiness in you, I want you to please visualize yourself coming to a ceremony. And I would like you to put on your favorite dress or your favorite suit and tie. It has to be really frickin' fancy, probably really expensive, amazing. I want you to put it on right now. Put on some shoes, whatever you feel comfortable in. Make sure your hair and makeup is done. Have a nice handbag, whatever it is that you want. I want you to come here right now. Where it can be wherever you want. Now I want you to hop on your knees, please, and bow. And I'm going to anoint you. Every single one of you, I'm going to go through. You are worthy. You are worthy of greatness, of love, of abundance, of joy, of tapping into your superpowers. You are worthy. And actually, I'll use my real wand. It's probably a little bit more potent. Now, I went through this process a few days ago and I was like, so now you can hop up off the ground and off you go. You're worthy of greatness. Why do you think you're here? So anyway, sorry, this isn't meant to be a lecture, but fear of failure, worthiness and conditioning. Where did this come from, guys? Don't think too much. When I say that, what is the first thing that comes? How do you get out of this? Who does this belong to? Return to sender with consciousness. Who does this belong to? Return to sender with consciousness. Who does this belong to? Return to sender with consciousness. Today I was feeling anxious and I was a bit snappy and I was like, what is going on with me? Why am I doing this? I was like, I'm a bit tired. Changed my motion. Boom. Vacuuming, contacting people, doing this, and this. People see me as showing up with makeup on all the time. And someone said, I love your energy. I'm not always energetic because life is not linear. What happens if you're feeling a bit depressed? You go to the doctors, you get medication. But what does that depression or that sadness or that anger tell you? It is telling you something. It's your body. So what is it telling you? And, I've worked through with you guys already a few different things, and it's time If you are going to be willing to be worthy, for a start, that's the first thing. If you're going to be willing to actually be willing to fail, fuck it. Sorry if there's any kids listening, but be willing to fail. I'm putting my life out there right now and I'm trusting. And, many of you guys know that I'm trusting that I'm going to be looked after because I'm following my purpose and my passion. I get to go to work every day. I get to talk to you guys. I love it. I would not have it any other way. So where are you staying safe? So is your ego holding you back, or is it keeping you safe? And that's a really good question. You may need to listen to this again if this stuff resonates with you. Is it holding you back, or is it keeping you safe? Because I'm getting that it might be, just might be, holding you back. And that's why you did this course, so you could step through that veil, drop the veil, expand your energy. You guys probably don't even know what's bloody hit you. It's the first time that you've dropped your barriers and you've expanded out. You've just woken up to a whole lot of awareness. This is the shit that you're not taught. And then you go, hang on, this stuff is really easy. It's so easy. Like, oh no, it's got to be a bit more complicated than that. It's not. You're making it more complicated. If you're willing to show up, you've got to be willing to be judged, and you've got to be willing to receive the judgment, but also the copious amounts of love and money that's going to come at you, because it will. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining the Release Your Blocks podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love to hear from you. So please leave a review and tell me what your favorite takeaway from today was. There is so much more from where this came from. You can also find me at Holistic Energy Shifting on Facebook, where you can find more content, more coaching, and more guidance. Have a grand and glorious day, and I'll see you next time.